So we go across what's left of the realms, and we come across a planet that's on fire, that is inside the Shadowfell. This planet has a great ring around it. Some say that it is the remains of a great creation, dragon or spirit. We are on the planet of Eberron, where those rings that orbit the planet are littered with thousands of winged creatures. So those winged creatures, as we know, are Bajorans. But we have a Bajoran on the planet that's actually slowly moving around. So, but he is unconscious. He's shifting through rubble, and he loses consciousness again as his wings sort of wrap around him as a last gasp to keep him awake and shield him from the fire and the heat and the flames of the wreckage. This wreckage is that of a Nautilus. So this Nautilus lost control when passing through the Shadowfell heading to Eberron. It's like all passengers that were on board it that did not have some type of divine presence had passed away instantly and harshly, as if their very souls were destroyed in an instant or essence of life. Poor Drew had everything stuck into his mind, and he realized that he tried to fly the ship, but alas, he was not able to, and he came crashing down. So he tried to find a smooth spot the best he could. Sadly, the spot that he did was hard and in rubble near what looked like a town, near a city, or like a little suburb of a city near a great waterway. So he crashes through the woods, and as the ship tears apart around him, pieces of it's flung out. The ship's many layers ripped apart, as in like a great beast attacking another beast, ripping apart another living thing. Bodies scatter. People reach for their friends and those that they have adventured for a long time as they get sucked out the holes, until finally the front of the ship digs into the rock face and shatters as it impacts into its final resting place as the other parts come flying up behind it. So almost everyone has been flung and thrown around in the ship, except one figure that did not get flung out of the ship, because they remembered that a certain creature there was what they needed to keep the ship flying. And in a last-ditch effort, she tried to make sure to save it for them to land. During this process, Wolfie was guarding, the mind object that was everything forward to the very end, as she got impaled by a part of the ship. She is hanging on the deck that she was, protecting it, basically nailed to the wall, with a very large piece of the ship buried through her chest. So she is fading in and out of consciousness. When someone comes through the rubble, they move the great mind beast out of the way, and you hear clacks of bone and dragging of great cloth. It's Sarek. He looks through the wreckage. And looks directly at Wolfie. He steps up and grabs the top of her hair and pulls it back to look upon her face. It's beaten and bruised and bloodied. She doesn't know who stands in front of her. It's just a pale face as she loses consciousness in and out. Sarek rubs his finger along the shard of the ship that's impaled her, pinning her to the wall. He sort of chuckles to himself. He's like, well, that's one way to keep you from running around. And it's also another way to keep you quiet. He looks at her and lowers his skeletal face that it's become, and just sort of looks along the sides, on both sides, and says, this won't do. It's like, you're not long for this world. But Sarek is not one to take a chaotic situation and let it go to waste. He looks around and is like, wow, this is pure chaos. It's to be expected. So can you really call it chaos when, gravity is sort of a law? So, what comes up must come down. And what passes through the Shadowfell must die. So he runs his finger along the end of this shard and goes, I know. I haven't had a good conversation and a good amount of panic for a while. He's like, whatever will someone do when they can't do anything? Sarek goes into his greenish white robes and pulls out a book. He snaps the cover and he turns the page. The page he stops has a halfling with a green cloak standing on it. He rubs his fingers almost as if he's reading Braille around the image, and there's a great dialect that was written through here that sort of warps around, like word wraps around the picture of the halfling. And he rubs his fingers along all of them until eventually it looks like a mini. And he takes his great skeletal hand and holds the little mini and looks at it. And he goes, I didn't think you could get much smaller, but here we are. So he moves it and closes his book. And he places what looks like the figure on the ground. And what springs from it is an astral projection
So, from the many. And it's a spiritual representation. Think of it sort of like greater image. You know, you can tell it's shimmery. It's halfway transparent. So, and it appears before Sarek. So it is Belny. He has drawn her from the book the very first time. So she knows nothing that has transpired the past year. So she's had some probably glimpses here and there of things that Sarek's done, but she doesn't know those worlds. She doesn't know those things. She has a recollection of a great staircase in this void and something about a card game. And she has a terrifying recollection of like blinking and seeing some of her friends fall to their knees in the staircase too, as Sir Charles gets blown away in her view. So these are the images that she has. One, of course, Wolfie was there. So and her mind ponders thinking of Wolfie. So because Wolfie, she remembers Wolfie falling, like in the same thing that Sir Charles was sort of disintegrated or disappeared. So Sarek at this point looks at Belny and says, "Nothing to say for yourself there, Wood Witch?" You cannot see Wolfie. He's placed between you and her.
Why are you here? Why am I here? Where is here?
He goes, you see, you are in my domain. So, you should feel quite honored. We have guests at my front door. Great guests that are here to visit you. And others that are here to visit that you don't know about either. So it's like, did you know that you have not been alone in the book? It's like you've had friends beside of you, even when you thought you were alone.
What are you talking about? I am the one. I said I would come if you would, to save my friends. No one else was supposed to be hurt.
He says, I didn't hurt anyone. It's like they took it upon themselves to do great things that hurt them.
I'm sure you tricked them.
But I did no such thing. It's like they could have lived a peaceful life until I destroyed everything. I'll have you know that your grove will soon be one of the last places that I need to destroy. Because the world of Thetadolyon is cracked and everyone on it is dead now.
I do not believe you. They cannot be dead. I would know.
It's like, so, do you know who's dead now?
I still feel them. They are my friends.
Oh, it's like you feel hope. Ugh. It's like, it's a nasty feeling. So, but hope, though, can lead to great chaos. So, who would you who would you hope to see now? If you could see one person, what would be your greatest hope? I
want to see Wolfie.
Oh. It's like, do you really? So, with all your heart and all of your love and passion, do you really want to see Wolfie?
She is the other part of my heart. Of course I want to see her.
Sarek steps aside.
No!
I assume that you run up to her.
Yes.
But sadly, you can't touch her. So, like I said, you're astral form. So,
What has happened? What did you do to her?
Sarek's like, I did nothing. I didn't tell them to come here and hope that they could do something against me. So, I didn't crash this ship. It's like, your wonderful friend Drew did.
Drew?
Yeah.
Why would he can't, he wouldn't be driving this ship. You were making all of this up.
And trust me, I really wouldn't call it much driving, more like, falling with the ship. So Wolfie is coming in and out of consciousness. She sees Belny's face, but she still can't speak because where she's, through there. It's all the energy she can to sort of muster. But Sarek looks and says, "Oh, it just gets me right in the feels." So, these type of emotions should not be shared alone. He opens the book and he turns to the page. There is an image of Sir Charles. Very, very similar to how Belny's page was. There is writing all around him that's sort of wrapped around his image. And again, Sarek goes down and scoops him up. And he goes, "My, you look so small without your hammer. But maybe it's the fact that you don't have your hammer and your bear." So he takes it and closes his book. And he places you at his feet behind Belny. So, and he then activates from your little mini an astral image of Sir Charles, basically pulling your soul out. So, Sarek's like, "Oh, it feels like it's been so long since I've seen you, Sir Charles." Or should I just say, "Charles, you're not much of a sir of anything now."
Sir Charles?
Oh, hold on. I got.
We can't hear you. Wait a second.
No, let me turn the volume up. I'll get you to where you're supposed to be. I speak now, Charlie.
That may be your opinion, sir, but I don't put much stock in what you had to say. Belny, it's good to see you.
Sir Charles! I'm so happy to see you.
It has been a long time, little one.
It has. How are you here? I don't understand.
Well, it appears that when you play Sarek's game, he doesn't play fair. And as you once sacrificed yourself to save the others, I took it upon myself to do the same.
Oh, Sir Charles. Sarek, you said that if I did this, they would all be saved.
And they were safe. Sir Charles, back me up here. Did I do anything to you all in the past year?
Year?
You've been gone a while.
So it was you all that chose the dark path of following Mask and trying to defeat me. It's like I was just doing what I was doing, preparing for the end of the world, and you all had to try to come and stop me. It's like I didn't come to you. I even let you go along with your little foolhardy plan. So I even came in and helped you all some. Then what thanks did I get? Your little merry band came here hoping to destroy me. It's like the pure form of chaos. So the chaos that can overwrite nature, the chaos that can overwrite balance, the chaos that can overwrite heart. And he says, I think he opens his book. He's like, I think we might as well get the gang all here. So he turns the pages, and we have what looks like a very skinny monk Goliath. So it is the original form of Rocky. And this is very much like the other two pages. It has writing around it. Sarek moves his hands through, and after touching all the writing, it forms like what looks like a little miniature. And he picks them up in his hand.
I'm going to need to pause here. We're picking up an order.
Okay. He then closes his book, and he holds the mini. It says, "Look, Bounty, one of your favorite people. It's like, I think this is one of your greatest disasters," as he holds the little miniature of Rocky. It's like, do you know that resurrection spell of yours? It's like really did a number on him and you, and thanks to the world, his future iterations really helped me out. Helped me able to insert a soul or two to keep an eye on everybody as he became Bulwark. But sometimes you just can't fault the original. It's hard to imagine the original being any dumber or any blinded to follow you. And look where it ended up getting him. With me. After he helped betray you. It's like in his other forms. It's like Sir Charles probably wouldn't be here if Bulwark had never existed.
What are you talking about?
So it's like I keep forgetting that I did not give you all access to my notes in the book, in my book. I need to rectify that because it would be wonderful to actually talk and hear you all. So he holds Bulwark here. He says, alas, though, we really don't have much time, Sir Charles, and, Chuck. Can I call you Chuck? So Chuck and Bellany, Woodwitch, you might want to talk to your pet, or at least tell your goodbyes before, I don't know, she becomes a pelt for some creature on this rock.
No.
And
she is not a pet. She is my best friend.
So Sir Charles and Bellany approach Wolfie.
Wolfie, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Sarek, there has to be something I can do. What else can I do?
It's like, you've already made your choice. So you both have. Technically, you three have. You all have helped them get this far by giving them more time. It's like, I am not even concerned about the ones that lived, what few are left. What can they do against an actual god other than entertain me? And by so, entertain you. So, I will give you a moment together before I put you back in my book. So, he puts Rocky down, and also there around Wolfie. And again, you're an astral projection coming from these little miniatures that he plucked out of this book. Wolfie is bleeding immensely from it.
I keep trying to touch her, to heal her, to make her stop bleeding.
So, but sadly, like, your hands still keep going through.
I start crying. Wolfie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I am so proud of you.
So Wolfie just, I think, is thinking that she's dreaming at this point. She says very weakly, save Belny. So, and you might be able to muster a grin. The three of you might be able to muster a grin.
I'm going to walk up and put my hand on her shoulder and just lean down to her and say, "You did well."
So, and of course, you can't touch her, but
right,
it's so it's through. So as you touch her, Wolfie's like shivering. Because like I said, she's dying. But she's warmed by your touch.
US 460 months.
So
Wolfie, you have done what no one else could. Thank you so much.
So JR, you want to say anything as Rocky?
Lady Downey, Wolfie, and Charles. Wait a minute. What happened? I was supposed to be with Downey.
Rocky, look at Wolfie. She doesn't have long.
Oh. Quick, get her off the spike I healed.
We can't.
Yes.
And
We can't touch her.
We
He
can't
won't
touch her?
let us.
I go behind her on where she's impaled on the ship and start punching the ship.
You just punch through the walls, like you're incorporeal.
No!
So the only thing, like Wolfie, like when you touch her, she can feel the warmth of you, so like it warms her.
Rocky, place your hand on my hand's on her shoulder.
And I'm gonna get as close as I can and like wrap my arms around her legs and hug her.
Okay. He puts hands on Wolfie.
So this warms Wolfie enough just to sort of start easing her passage. Like she doesn't really have long, but she said she's sort of smiling and can't really focus on anyone, but she goes, "We saved Belny. Belny here."
Yes, Wolfie, you saved me. You did it.
you know. So Wolfie is clutching something. So Belny looks, and you'll see a very like a ring that you definitely knew. So it's that the legendary ring of transformation that started Wolfie's entire path.
You
We all
have.
three immediately recognize it, correct?
Yeah, like you all three of you probably would know.
I'm gonna utter one word. All I'm gonna say is Omni.
So you all will again from behind the large creature. Out walks Sarek and goes, "My, this is such a fitting reunion. But you know, the one thing that no one really knows is, you know, to have a good story.
You think Wolfie, right?
Yeah, to have a really good story. You know, you all are wonderful pages in my book. But you need a good binder. A binder that you can scrape away that you don't need." And he opens his book one more time. And this time he goes to the very first, the leather. I'll just put it. And from the inside cover of the letter is a ton of writing. And he pulls the he's able to pull the pages out, and across the pages there's all this writing, and there is a shield with a dragon head on it. And he reaches down and grabs the shield, and he pulls it and flips it, and there's another miniature. So it's a miniature of someone in an armored suit. So yeah. So, and he lays it at his feet in miniature form. But there no astral projection comes out. So he looks and he says, "I appreciate your friend, Lightbringer, being able to be my binder, the one that could hold, thanks to Bahamut, the power of all you all, and your powers and abilities. And the fact is that I could take him in such a harsh, corrupt manner, take what I need and discard the rest, and use him to fulfill his final oath of lawfulness, to hold good in one last act that he has no choice except to do the lawful thing. His oath is to me." So he picks up the Lightbringer and looks at it. And he says, "While I miss you being whole, I do not miss your pompousness and your unwavering faith in something that never really helped you." So, and he puts it back inside the book, and he flips it, and it becomes again the Bahamut shield. So, and he comes up and he looks at Wolfie and again grabs her horns. And,
Do not touch her.
And pulls her head back. And he wipes the little bit of blood on her face away. So it's like through. And he looks at the three of you and he says, I could take her. I could let her join you all. But she really doesn't bring anything to the table, and it really doesn't benefit me. So I would just enjoy the chaos when the few that survived finds her and their despair takes them.
She is a better person than you ever have been.
Yeah. So it's everyone has their own opinion. So, but that's the thing. I am no person. I am not just a god. Soon I will be the only god.
They will stop you.
They may try. I will give you each a final word to say to your soon-to-be dead friend. Oh, and don't forget, if she dies, there's nowhere for her to go, so her soul will just anguish in torment until the Shadowfell consumes her and probably turns her into a demon. That will be fun to see. So say your last goodbyes or your last statement, and he will put you back in the book.
Lady Wolfie, always remember, all around the magical boat, Felny chased the goblins.
So, and he, like, the image of Rocky goes back into his mini form. Sir Charles?
I lay down, look straight in her face, say, Wolfie, by everything that is in me, this is not the end. I will find you.
And you revert back into miniature form. And he has both miniatures in Sarek has both miniatures in his hands. And he goes, last, but I'm certainly not least for words, just in height, the Wood Witch. Sarek's like, and before you start, do not forget, you could have been standing beside of me. So you could have helped me build a world that we would have ruled instead of destroy one. I'm sure you'd probably been a little bit more creative if you'd been by my side. But ash and shadow and darkness and pure chaos ain't so bad once you get used to it. My offer's still there. I'd maybe even let your remaining friends survive if you would like to stand by my side. It gets lonely at the top.
I will never stand beside you. My friends will succeed in destroying you.
I always have this moral code, So, famous last words. My friend will destroy you. He's like, how's that worked so far? So, as he shrinks you back down into your form.
And as I'm disappearing, I scream, I love you, Wolfie.
So, do you want a picture of that? Oh, no, I was just letting you get a picture with it close. And I will.
Are we all face? Yeah.
That's right. So, Sarek then goes, I'm like, I wonder who else is dead. And he fades away, not really acting like he cares.